gonna learn something
Okay,
today.
you could, did you start recording? Okay. Good evening, everyone. You wanna know how to make your life easier in the kitchen? Well, today's your lucky day because I will be instructing you on how to do that. My name is Sandra Corral, Chef Sandra Corral. I have a culinary arts degree in culinary arts, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. And after I received my culinary arts degree and became a chef, I decided to dedicate my life, my career, my profession to teaching adults with special needs basic culinary skills. So I am a chef instructor for Joliet Junior College. That's my area college. And I'm one of the head chefs, one of the only chefs that teaches adults with special needs basic culinary skills so that they can obtain a job somewhere in the food industry. So with that being said, I will be teaching you how to properly use a knife in the kitchen. And excuse me, Dr. Lanigan, I meant to email you to see if it was okay to bring in a knife.
Oh, fine by me. As long as you don't use it on me.
Yeah, I know. So that's I was afraid of this thing going off, you know, at like a security alarm or something at the metal detector, but I have proof, right? I'm a chef, so we do carry knives with us most of the time. Usually they're encased, but this one isn't. So I'm happy to be here in front of all of you, and for me, this is a very essential skill in the kitchen, is to have a good, sharp knife. A lot of times, I see people using dull knives, and they're struggling to cut something. Then, when you struggle with something, then you hate it, right? So then you're gonna hate cooking. I'm gonna show you guys the easy way. Always remember, it's a great skill to carry with. A sharp knife is the number one thing in the kitchen. So the first thing I wanted to demonstrate is make sure when you have your cutting board in front of you that you place something under it so that your cutting board doesn't move around. Okay, in my class and in my home, we have rubber mats. You could buy them anywhere, Walmart, Target, the dollar store. They're like foamy. You just cut a square, not as big as your cutting board, so maybe about half the size of your cutting board, and you place it on the table. If you don't have a rubber mat, I like to wet a towel. I bought a spray bottle because there's no sink here. Place a wet towel, rag, kitchen rag, anything here on the bottom before you place your cutting board. That way you get a firm grip. A lot of people forget that. You need a firm grip on your cutting board so that you're not slippy sliding when you're cutting. And it's a safety hazard as well. So it's a safety hazard to have your cutting board moving around, right? So now that I got that in place, second most important, your posture. You want to stand up straight. Who wants to cut a knife bent over? I mean, who wants to cut something bent over? You can't. No. Straight, people, straight. You have to stand up straight. Your shoulders, like a soldier almost. Really, it really helps with the balancing of you holding your knife. So you want to stand up straight. Third important, I want you all to take this with you if you like to cook in the kitchen, even if you don't. I hear that all the time. Oh, you're a chef? Oh, you're a chef? I hate to cook. No, we all got it in us, all of us. And this technique here is the first technique that will get you to like the kitchen, because you make life easier with a sharp knife. This right here, what I'm holding, is a knife sharpener. I got this from GFS Foods, Gordon Food Services. Anyone could walk in there. It's open to the public. This cost me $3. $3. It's in my kitchen. I have several in my kitchen. Several. Because they tend to get dull really fast, but they get dull on me because I cook every day. And I sharpen my knives every day. So with this sharpener class, there's it's gonna read a coarse sign and then fine. Anyone can take a wild guess what you start off with when you sharpen your knife, coarse or fine?
Fine.
Course?
Coarse. I thought fine too when I started culinary school. No, it's coarse. You want that rough edging. Think about it. You want that rough edging before you get to the fine part that's gonna what? Smooth it out. And it's like butter. I mean, you can cut anything like butter. Don't forget, GFS Foods. This is a lifesaver. I haven't seen it anywhere else. It's more like industrial, so that's why they only sell it there. Second, I'm gonna show you guys how to use this knife sharpener. My husband was trying to get me to bring, I forgot the technical term for it. It's a long metal stick. I'm sure you guys have seen it and chefs are like, I don't like that. Maybe because I'm a woman chef and that's just too abusive for me. It's too much, you know, it just scares the living heck out of me. I'd rather, this is simple and I carry it with me as well. So I sit the coarse part on top. You're gonna wanna hold your knife with your thumb and your finger. Your thumb at the back of the knife, your finger, your pointer finger at the back of the knife. The rest are gonna be hugging the back of the knife. Oh. This is the proper way to hold a knife. You don't wanna strain your wrist and you don't wanna cut a finger, okay? So always remember, thumb, pointer finger, back of the knife, the rest of your fingers are gonna be holding the knife. Stand up straight. And let's really quickly sharpen. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all it takes. Coarse. Switch it to the fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we have a nice sharp knife. This knife class is one of the best knives I have. And believe it or not, it's from Sam's Club. Okay, it's a Santoku. It's a Japanese version, like a cheap Japanese version of a good knife. This knife cost me $6. Okay, just in case you guys wanted to go home and cook. Okay, so with that being said, yes. With that being said, now that I got a nice sharp knife, I'll show you guys how to cut an apple, so you can see how sharp this knife is and how it cuts like butter. I was intending on bringing an onion. Then I saw on YouTube when Dr. Lanigan posted our room where we were gonna be demonstrating, and I was like, oh no, it's gonna smell like armpits in here with that onion. I'd rather not. So I did you guys the favor and I used an apple instead. Next time we'll do an onion. First things first, when you're holding your knife properly, you're standing tall, your posture's good. Your cutting board is at place. You got a good grip, see, it's not moving. You wanna place whatever hand, your free hand, if you're right or left-handed, obviously I'm right-handed, my left hand, you wanna curl your fingers in, right? Curl your fingers in when you're holding whatever you're cutting. If you do this, you're gonna cut a finger, right? Yeah. No, you always wanna have your fingers curled in. And a lot of people like to slice like this. That's called slicing. That's the wrong way to cut. You gotta rock. Rock. You gotta rock, and just imagine rocking a boat. And look, or you're rocking in a boat, should I say. That's how you cut. It's really easy. So the pressure always gets from the tip of the knife, see? Look at that. So I just cut four sides of the apple. I hope you guys can see my fingers, they're curled in. Watch the rocking motion. An apple is a good thing to practice with at home class. Garlic, which I'm sure you guys will get to. You see, fine piece. So this is a skill. This is one of the second skills that I teach my special needs adult students. The first skill that I teach them is basic sanitation, how to be sanitary in the kitchen, to be able to perform their job. And then it's knife skills. And class, I am very honored to say that I am very gifted when it comes to being able to teach the special needs community. I can get a paraplegic to use a knife. So with that being said, I hope I have motivated you all to going home and cooking in the kitchen. And this is what makes life easier in the kitchen, a good knife. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.
Does that sharpener work on any knife?
Yes.
And can you sharpen scissors with that too?
No, I wish.